Pittsburgh Steelers, they're a good team year in and year out with Mike Tomlin. But it seems like they've kind of, plateaued in a way. They're losing their playoff games. They're not winning playoff games. Thoughts on the Steelers, and what do they need to do to get to that next level?
Well, I just think they need, realistically, a quarterback. I think that's been the issue that's been holding them up, that they don't have the quarterback play that they need to have to be a special football team. And I think because of that, they haven't been able to become a championship caliber team. They are a playoff caliber team, but not a championship caliber team.
That segues into my next question. What do they do at quarterback moving forward?
Well, if I were a GM, I would go out and look at drafting a quarterback in this draft. If it's one that I'm really, really like, then I break the bank and I go up and get him.
Is there a quarterback in the draft that kind of catches your eye? Because obviously they're not going to get Shedeur or Cam.
Why can't they? Okay. Yeah, you gotta be willing to invest. If one of these guys you believe are the guy, then you gotta go out and if it takes 3 first-round picks, you gotta give up 3 first-round picks. But you've gotta go out and get the guy that you like. I don't know who that guy is. If it's any of these quarterbacks, I don't know if you mortgage your future for any of these guys. I don't know. But if you do like one of these guys, you got to go all in, because what they're doing right now will not work. It's proven that it doesn't work. And so they've got to recommit themselves to find that quarterback.
So you're saying if they're really all in, they believe in one of those guys, whether that's Cam or Shedeur, they should move up and...
You got to go get them, period, right? You saw Kansas City went from 27 to 10 to go get the guy who they wanted. They wanted Mahomes, they went and got him. So if you feel that one of these guys is your guy, you got to go get him.
I want to ask you about Coach Mike Tomlin. Obviously, he has set a record for non-losing seasons, never been a losing coach. But as I said before, they haven't won a playoff game, I believe, in 8 years. Do you think that they plateau with Mike Tomlin? Do they need to go in a different direction, or is it simply a quarterback issue?
I think they're a victim of their own success. Because he's never had the losing season, they've never been able to draft in the top 5 or top 10 where you got to go get a quarterback. So they pick it 17, 18, 22, 24. You're not going to get the quarterback that you need, right, at that point. So it's 100% the quarterback scenario because you haven't been able to go get the guy.
Gotcha. Hey, I want to ask you, as a running back, Saquon Barkley, obviously big storyline coming into this game, 2,000-yard season. Has he brought value back to the running back position where it's been devalued over the past 20 years?
I don't think it's just him. I think what's happened is all the running back and the running back play this year has brought the value back. And I say that because it's not just the running backs. It's the running backs getting to places where they can impact their team. So, for instance, Saquon Barkley. It's not the first time we heard of Saquon Barkley, but when he was with the Giants, he couldn't impact winning. You put him on the Eagles team, now he impacts winning. Derrick Henry, he's in Tennessee. He's not impacting winning. You put him with Baltimore, now he has a chance to impact winning, right? So you take Jacob. You take him from the Raiders, you put him in Green Bay. He impacts winning. So it's not that these guys are just happen to get here. They've been put in positions now where they can impact winning, and that's why we're looking at them much differently.
Absolutely well said. I want to ask you real quick about the Rams. A lot of people forget that you played for the Rams. Everybody remembers you for your Steelers career. They might go through a massive overhaul this offseason. They're moving on from Kupp. They might move on from Stafford. It remains to be seen. Thoughts on the Rams and their decision to move on from Kupp, and what do you think what's going to happen with Stafford?
Boy, you know what? I think, teams have to make a decision. And if you got your guy, then you don't need the other guy, right? I think Cooper Kupp was the guy, and then Puka Nacua came, and he became the new guy. And now you got 2 guys, and you don't need them both. So it's smart to get off of the other guy, and it's understandable. It's not, I don't think it's such a crazy thing. They got 2 really good guys that play the same position. So what do? You get off of the guy that you don't want. You keep the guy that you really want, and that's I think what you're seeing with the Rams. So I don't think it's a purge or them changing philosophies. They've got the guy, so they don't need to pay two guys a big amount to do the same thing.
So it's one of those situations where it's a salary cap thing, it's a business move where you got Puka Nacua, he's the number one guy.
Salary cap thing. It's not if you got two guys that play the same position, right? And they do the same thing. So you don't need the redundancy, because redundancy costs, right? You got the guy, and now I'm asking Kupp to do something that he never did. Kupp was always the guy, and we ran on. But now Puka Nacua is running those same plays, so now we don't need him to do what he used to do. So now you move off of him, and that's what the NFL is, right? You get the new guy, he comes in, he's a better version, bigger, just as fast, strong, can catch, can do it all. You go to the next guy. So I don't think it's a situation where they don't like Cooper. I just think it's a situation where they're moving on with the next guy.
Yeah, a guy who's almost a decade younger, and then you can still get value out of Kupp while he's still playing at a high level, right? That's what you're saying.
I think really they're a year late. Okay, I think they're a year late on that. They wanted to make that decision. They wanted to make that move last year, but they were lukewarm with it. Now they're public with it. Now they're a year late.